We are back at it again. I tragically tilted in Clash Royale yesterday because I was testing out your guys' decks and I was playing really well, but I forgot to eat food. So I was playing well for 2 hours. And then the third hour, I played a little bit worse. And then in the fourth hour, I lost all of my brain cells. So we were playing a lot of matches for, I don't even, like just taking a look. This battle log was crazy. We just matched into different decks all the time. Played your guys' decks that were unique and crazy. Some of the decks that we were playing were like Firecracker with 1 Elixir support card, so not necessarily very winnable. We tilted from 1700 all the way down because of kind of the crazy stuff that we were doing. And also, as soon as I started to switch decks, I was so brain rotted that I just wasn't able to play well. So we're going to come back on ladder today, and it's our mission to show you guys how to untilt and how to get your rank back. Generally, the best thing to do... Oh, how are we ranked? That's crazy. Well, 1300 is ranked right now because it is early season. But we want to get our rank back. I guess we already have our rank. But we want a much higher rank than 9,900 in the world because we're typically top 1,000-ish. So we're going to get to a point where I feel comfortable recording again. And the way that we're going to do it is we're going to play a lot of different decks that I feel that have good matchups in the meta and are just good upgrade overall. So if Ram Rider ever gets a nerf or Goblinstein gets a nerf, this deck is adaptable. You can throw in Zappies for Goblinstein and Royal Hogs for Ram Rider. And the deck still works pretty well. You can always, instead of Rage, run like a Fireball or a Barbarill. So like there's a lot of adaptations to this deck that will make it strong no matter the meta. So that's the reason I like it. Cannoneer is here because you have so much spell and splash damage. So it's just nice to have the Cannoneer for defense against P.E.K.K.A.s. So let's get into it. Let's go. Let's run. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So should be some fun stuff. Obviously, gonna be some crazy games. Don't know what we're gonna match to along the way up, but we'll see what's up. So our goal and game plan is to get 1,600 trophies or medals around there would be nice. So then I can start recording where that is because generally the people will be a little bit better there. And I think the games will just be more fun though for recording sessions. I don't want to ever be like too low for content because the gameplays will just be a little bit weird. But for ladder live streaming, I think a lot of you guys would want to see this. So I was like, I'm going to play the games anyway. Might as well stream them. We're going to be stockpiling up some stuff on the right side, and it looks like we're already in an advantageous position. The fact that he has to go in for the Doctor and Monster combo and pop the ability means he has no elixir for this Ram Rider, so I think he already lost the game. That's generally the position that I like to be in Clash, is identifying, oh, wait, my opponent overcommitted. How about we punish them and take his tower? So that's a pretty good start for us. Obviously, he's going to get some damage back in the right side, but since we have Cannoneer, I'm okay eating a little bit of damage here and there. Obviously, a really good spot and an amazing amount of medals offered here because this guy's got 1,400. He's got more than us. I know. Wow, 1,400 is so many trophies, right, guys? Like, oh, man. But hey, for us, we're slumming it right now. We're slumming it, so I'm okay with that. All right, we're going to drop our bomber on top of the drill because we want to be able to clean up the goblins quite conveniently, and then we can throw down recruits at the river, stockpiling the majority of them on the left side because that's where we want to go. And then Tesla should be all but dead, and it's going to be hard for him to distract this if he goes in for a Doctor Monster combo. I think we can go for another Ram Rider here. It's unlikely that he'll get a good ability and kill it. Even if he does pop the ability, it's not going to hit everything, so... But it's going to go and hit the wrong stuff. And he's going to go Skeleton, so we're going to pre-rage. Okay, I guess not. I don't think he Skeletons. I'm not really sure. If he goes Drill, we can go Evolve Bomber and clean this up very conveniently. I'm just surprised the Doctor didn't die there. I think that the Doctor needs to get a nerf where it dies to Fireball plus Zap, but for whatever reason, that card is still an absolute beast. It is the monster itself. All right, so I think this guy is a little bit aggravated by how this game has went. Genuinely, I would be too. It's not fun to match into someone that is playing a scummy deck like ours, but at the same time, that's the entire meta. Like everyone in the game right now is running some toxic deck, so it is just part of Clash Royale. We're gonna pop an amazing ability here, 100% gonna 100-0 that, and then I think we can just go recruits and then evolved bomber on this. I'm not super scared about our positioning anymore. I think that we might lose tower, but I don't even know if that's gonna be happening here for him. It'll be close. It'll be super close, but if we throw it down to Goblinstein and then get him to target that, and we have the Evolved Bomber counter pushing, like he has to defend this, He doesn't have the luxury of like going on for an offensive play because obviously if we have a Ram Rider raged up on the tower, he's going to have to focus on that first. So I think he just loses the game. That's the other thing about this deck is like, even if you have 100 HP on the tower, it's not like you have to defend. A lot of times you can just attack them and then they're like, wait, these cards are so cost effective on offense that it's draining all of my elixir. So then I have nothing left over to defend and like take the tower. Like he could have easily taken tower with a drill, but he can't because he was going to lose his tower for sure on the other side. And for real, guys, like the people that we're going to be playing against are all Ultimate Champion players. Hopefully they'll be better than that. Like I do think some of the people I played against before, like this guy, 2000 in the world. So for whatever reason, like early on in the season, if you tilt down and you lose a lot, the people that you're going to be playing against are all like decent players because they've got early Ultimate Champion. So no one that's casual gets early Ultimate Champion at like the first few days. So kind of funny how that is the case. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to go in for a Goblin Cage here and a Ram Rider. We vibing. I love this community. It's relatively small. Yeah, I mean, I like our community too. Our community is pretty cool. I like the fact that generally like the CR community, everyone helps each other out. It's a good thing. At least for the YouTube community. I mean, I don't know much about any other community in Clash Royale, but I do like the YouTube community here. Got to go in for Goblinstein and then arrows. I think that that's going to be our best play to counter everything cost effectively. It's going to be 3 for 3 against Goblin Barrel, but it is a negative trade overall since he gets to the evolution a little bit faster. That sucks for us, but it is a course of action that we have to take. I could pop ability here, but it's not going to get me quicker to my cycle with Ram Rider, so it's not worth dropping that to kill the cannon. In fact, I think that the cannon position was actually bad. He should have dropped it a little bit differently, so then he was going to be able to take the doctor damage, but yeah, interestingly enough, we got that. I can go in for a Ram Rider here. I'm just going to let this go. I think recruits probably at the river would have been best. Would have got me to the cycle. Princess was out of cycle as well, so that would have been... Like, I like looking at my plays and being like, oh, that worked out, but like that wasn't the most optimal play, so like let's do something better. Generally, when I'm tilted, it's hard for me to do that, so taking a break and coming back and then playing your games gets you so much better at Clash Royale, and it gets you in a position where you can actually get your medals back. So just having the right mindset matters so much. Like if you're not able to think, then you're not going to be able to climb up trophies or medals. Even if you're better than the people that you're playing against, you'll lose all of your games if you are not able to think clearly. So it's nice to be in the mindset right now where I'm like, oh, I could have done this. And I have that clarity in my head. So it's an important factor that a lot of times I'm missing out on when I haven't eaten food or I'm angry because I've lost a few games. So if you guys are ever in that stage and you're trying to climb back on ladder, definitely take a break and come back to the game later. After you worked out, after you ate, after you slept, whatever it is. Sometimes it requires that more so than even gameplay. And you might not think that you're making mistakes, but it's hard to be critical of yourself when you're just not in the right mindset. At least I think that's the number one thing for me. Whenever I get tilted, that's generally what's happening. I tilted today worse than ever before. Yeah, dude, it happens. I seriously, like, if you want to see me tilt, like, go check out my most recent live stream of like 4 hours. I did it on stream and I tilted. I was just like, one more game. And the one more game mentality really cooked me, bro. So, yeah. If you ever have that mentality of one more game, sometimes don't do that last game. Maybe take a break and come back later. All right, we're going to go recruits here. And we're looking like we're in a superb spot as long as he doesn't activate King Tower with the cannon, but he probably will. All right, we can go for the peak brain rot play of going for rage. And then maybe peek on the tower. Oh, yes. Very nice. So the only difficulty in this matchup that I would say is like, if the fact is that they're going to go Goblin Barrel Mirror, or Goblin Barrel Clones, sorry, not Clone, the Evolved Goblin Barrel, which is basically a mirrored up clone, basically. Yeah, so when they do that, like, you won't have the elixir to defend everything, so it's hard to even allocate the right spells to counter it. Especially if they have Valkyrie, but, I mean, even if he's going to have Valkyrie and he's going to have this type of deck that has Goblinstein, we will eventually overwhelm him, because our deck is so hard to stop if I'm playing cost effectively. So if I'm just a little bit better than my opponent, I'll win that matchup. It becomes sketchy if they get a lot of Evolved Goblin Barrels. So you just have to guarantee that you do more damage than their Goblin Barrels, because their Goblin Barrels against Cannoneer make the matchup manageable for them. That's the only reason that the matchup is good for him. In any way. It's not like great. It's not, I think it's like more geared towards like my advantage, I would say. But still, like, the matchup is not like 100% in my favor, because he's going to have Valkyrie and Goblinstein. So those are two ways of countering recruits. And then he doesn't have a good way of killing fly machines, so that's what you have to abuse, and you have to arrows the princesses. Generally, that's how you win that matchup. So yeah, I just try to be objective about those things. Goblin Barrel Evolution, if they're able to get a lot of those on you, you're screwed. You're actually toasted. Just keep that in mind. Any quirky decks that I could try? I mean, this is a pretty quirky deck. I don't think it's like that unique, but it does have one change that most people would not expect. There's a Ram Rider now instead of Royal Hogs, and it's actually better with Ram Rider. That's what the rank 5 player in the world is using in this deck, and it is so much better. This is the best version of the deck right now, for sure. My main deck is a lot better now after just changing one card. I'll probably make a video on this. I didn't expect the deck to improve that much with just a Ram Rider, but man, card is stupidly strong. Like, actually just disgusting. Disgusting that Ram Rider made the deck this good. Alright, so we're probably going to take some damage here. I might have to go Fly Machine to damage that thing down a little bit faster. Not my favorite interaction, cycling a Fly Machine into an Archer Queen, and then guaranteed it's going to die to like an Ice Spirit, but hey, I mean, it's part of the game. It is what it is. I'm going to rage up the Bomber so we can hopefully kill the piggies a little bit quicker with one more splash. That's fine. It's not the best start, but I mean, well played to our opponent. Credit where credit is due. He deserved the damage he got. Him cycling the log there means that he's probably going to get back to another one. I definitely want to like go for Royal Recruits so we prevent him from going for Royal Hogs right now. I'm thinking that if we go for Royal Hogs and we go Recruits in the back, prevent him from going for Royal Hogs, because if he goes for Royal Hogs, he's going to go directly into units. I like that a lot for us. I definitely want to go opposite lane majority of the time in this position. I think that that's just our best bet. And then we can go and snipe this and hopefully have his Archer Queen go on the wrong lane. That would make me pretty happy, actually. Alright, so he's going to pop an ability. He'll probably shred the Fly Machine, but the Fly Machine will deal a lot of damage to the tower, so I'm kind of okay with this positioning. Yeah, this is a little bit sketch. Not going to lie. If I arrows, he might lose the Archer Queen before he pops ability. Okay, that was lucky. I don't have anything other to say than that was lucky. Okay, guys? Also, the Bomber positioning was trash. It should have been not off on the side like that, but it's fine. You live, you learn, you play better. All right, we're going to go Recruits here. I'll probably activate King Tower with the cannon. If I had to guess, that's what I would do. Ooh, was that cannon placing in bad? It was, it wasn't bad. It worked, I guess. Okay, all right, we're going to do this, and then this, and hope we take a tower. Because he just cycled Archer Queen, so it'd be hard for him to defend this. Could be a bunch of damage. Plus, we can go Goblin Cage here. Directly on the Queen. But I'm the Queen, he says. Did he really? I mean, I don't understand that. Okay, I guess that works for him a little bit. We're trying to snipe this and then go for a Ram Rider right after, but I mean, he could Archer Queen me. I don't know. I just don't know how this is going to go. That doesn't kill, so we're in a good spot, I would say. I think we might win. Goblin Stein ability. We're Steining out here. Alright, we win. So as you can see, like, I'm playing a deck that I'm pretty comfortable with. I'm playing against people that are not bad at the game. Every single one of these guys is Ultimate Champion. And we're in a much better mindset, and we're just winning every game. So, if you look at the battle log when we were playing your guys' decks for a little bit, I think there was like a streak that we lost 7 or something. Yeah, like, just take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses. Some of the matchups were like unwinnable because sometimes people gave me like, you know, a Valkyrie Barbarian Battle Ram deck that just like had no way of breaking through, like the Dark Goblin got logged. But it was really frustrating for me because I was like, why do we not have ability and this guy's got Hog Rider Recruits? Like, this is unfair, right? We got Recruits and Recruits, but he's going to have Hog Rider, and I don't have an answer to the Hog Rider where he can arrows my Goblin Barrel and Goblin Gang my Goblin Barrel. Or like, where was it? Yeah, some of these matchups were just awful, or the decks were like not working. So yeah, I mean, that's just representative of like me getting frustrated too, right? Because I lost games that I also played poorly in. I played really terribly in some of the games. Like the Graveyard game, I think I could have won, but I just didn't play well wherever. This one was really hard. I could have won this one too. I could have won the Minor Poison. I could have also won... this one was really tough. I should have went opposite lane and I didn't. But like, if you make missteps, even though if the matchup is like not in your favor, you can still win a lot of times if you play better than your opponent. And then it's like I wasn't mentally there. I wasn't able to play better than my opponent to win the matchups that were difficult. So that when you don't win the matchups that are difficult, then you're just going to be like... really, really tilted because you're going to be like, wow, this matchup was difficult. I can't believe I got this. And then you're going to spiral a little bit mentally, potentially, if you don't understand that you're bound to get bad matchups once in a while. And if you've been playing for a while, you've been playing for hours and hours, your brain can't focus mentally for a lot of time. So definitely take breaks is basically what I'm trying to say. You edit your own videos? I do not edit my own videos anymore. I used to. It takes too much time. I'd rather put more time into streaming, recording content, and vibing with you guys. So for instance, if I can make just as much streaming as I would for like a recording of a video, like if I record a video and I edit a video, like I want to be able to say my time is just as valuable streaming as editing a video, or more valuable streaming than editing a video, if that makes sense. Because if I edit a video, it's 20 plus hours. I think 20 hours of streaming equates for, you know, pays back the amount of money that it takes to edit a video. I think that that's like a one-for-one comparison. If that works, then it's worth me streaming more than editing videos. And obviously, I think I'd make a little bit more than that for sure. Like obviously more. So if it makes more sense for me to stream than edit videos, then I want to stream and record more videos for you guys. And hopefully that will always ring true. I don't want to have to go back to editing my own videos. I am capable of doing it, but it's a beautiful thing. Like it's a dream of a streamer and YouTube content creator to be able to have someone that can edit videos the way that you like them to, and also have it be lucrative or like make sense financially for you to just spend more time creating content. I love creating content. Also, yeah, I mean, like, who wouldn't want to like play video games, right? Like you'd be spoiled as heck to like not appreciate the job that I have. I made a mistake once as Justin W. Bro, I made so many mistakes. If you watched yesterday, I lost like every game. My average losses says AE. Dude, it happens. See, we're climbing back. It's so easy. Let's go. Let's go. We are vibing. We're doing so well. You might want to reach out to your boy Ian. He's literally looking for a good editor. I'm not trying to give up my editors, bro. I pay them a lot of money and I work with them diligently together. I think it would be really bad for me to be like, hey, yo, other Clash Royale creator that hasn't edited videos or whatever. Here's my editing style. Here's my editors. And like, yeah, it's like, it's bad. That'd be a bad decision. Generally, like I've been asking, well, when I was talking to Sunday, if you guys know who Sunday is, he's like, generally it's bad to share editors with other, oh my gosh, 5-drop. Oh my gosh, where are we gonna get? Oh, let's go. It's bad to share editors with other content creators in the same niche as you, because then the editor will bleed styles between it. So maybe like he would have a different style for Ian's videos, but I really don't want my editors to be editing other Clash Royale content, because like, let's just say Ian has a specific way of wanting to have it edit his videos, and I have a specific way. Maybe the editor subconsciously takes some things that he learns from Ian's videos and puts it into mine, and then it mixes the styles. And it's just like, it's bad, you know? You want your own stuff to be unique, and you don't want other people to have the same style as you. For me, I never want to have similar stuff with other people. Also, why did that go so far off to the side? That was weird. Okay. My editing team is probably gonna kill me. I think I recorded a video like that. Why was it so lopsided? Did you guys see that? I don't. Okay, let's take a look. That felt super lopsided. Okay, this still shows the elixir. Oh, it doesn't show the top. Oh my gosh, bros. It's so lopsided. All right, we're fixing it. We're fixing it. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm just like, how do I function as a human? Like, this is bare bones. Like, just looking at the gameplay before like going live. Oh my gosh. All right. That's too big. We're working on it, guys. We're working on it. I might have won every game today, but I am definitely losing the hardware battle today. Hardware be hard. All right. A little bit super annoying because it's just like super small. All right, we can get 39 pixels. All right, like right here, and then like a little bit bigger. I think that looks good. I don't think there's any black on the bottom or on the top. Let's take a look and make sure one more time with this And then I'll be very proud of myself. All right, I think that actually looks good. I kind of like how the gameplay looks now. I think it's decent. If there's anything at the top or the bottom, you guys let me know. I feel like a fool sometimes, but hey, I'm trying my hardest. Oops. There, I'll move it a little bit over to the right. All right, my OCD is kicking in. Joker, the P.E.K.K.A trolling the meta, it's really strong. Yeah, P.E.K.K.A is super unfair. So yeah, Sunday told me, like, don't have editors that work for a lot of different people because it just makes your content unoriginal. It makes your content, like, bleed in with the other people. And even if you, like, specifically talk to the editor and you're telling them, hey, like, I want you to distinguish my content away from the others, a lot of times it's just, like, so hard because subconsciously, like, you're going to pick up different tendencies as an editor, and it's really hard to, like, keep everyone's styles unique. Maybe they'll do the similar memes or whatever. I'm not sure. Will you 2v2 with anyone? Yeah, probably. I just don't know when or what or how that will go. Also, is there a little bit of black at the bottom or is it good? Is there a little bit of black at the bottom? I think there might be. Bro. Go move that down a little. All right, that looks better. That looks better. I don't know if my OCD is, like, good now or if it's crazy, but I think this looks a little bit better. Y'all let me know in the comments or the chat. Please 2v2 with OJ? I can message him. We'll see if he responds. I might do that in a little bit. I might play with some of my other friends, like my real life friends that I talk to a ton. Could be fun to do a video with OJ. But I probably want, like, I might just want to play with, like, some of my best friends. Not sure. I do like OJ a lot, but I don't talk to him as much as some of my other friends, so. I might want to, like, play games with people that I, like, play a ton of games with, you know? Finally here when you're not an hour into streaming? Yeah. You basically own them? That's a really bad way of phrasing it. No, I don't own anyone. I mean, at any point, the editors that I work with, they can go off and do whatever they want, edit for anyone, and that's just the way it is. That's the way that I always feel that it should be, too. Like, even if I have contracts, it's too hard to enforce things legally. So the way I see it is like, hey, I'll just pay a really fair amount of money and I'll be a good person to work with. And if you want to work with me, work with me. And generally, people choose to work with me over everyone else. That is like that's just how it is. Generally, once you edit for me, you generally don't want to leave. I mean, I'm harder to work with, but because I have, like, really high expectations for the videos, but at the same time, like, generally, I attract the people that, like, want to do better for content and want to get better at editing videos, like, really care about stuff. And I never hire people that have bad work ethic, for instance. Like, if they don't really care about it and they're just going for money, then those are the people that I try to stay away from because I know I can pay them and they can do pretty well. But, like, in the long term, they're not going to, you know, they're not going to really care about the content. They're just there for a quick buck. I try to be with people that actually, like, really like YouTube. That's generally the most important thing for me when I'm hiring people, that they have the tendency of wanting to, like, improve and grow as, like, a editor and grow with the channel and become better. And if they don't, if they just want to keep doing the same thing over and over again, then I generally don't hire them. I understand expectations. I miss Fearless so much, and I truly feel, oh, dang. Do you stream? Yeah, I stream here a lot. 2v2 Spell Sequel King Tower. I'm down. I'm down. Let's go, let's go. Finally, yeah, dude, it's crazy. Is Evo Musketeer worth it? Evo Musketeer is definitely, I mean, bad right now, but it might get a buff or something, so that's what I was thinking. It's like, it's like balanced in a very specific deck. There's only one deck that's really, really good with it. Also, this guy is a streamer or something, so let's win. Is Cage sub-outable, or is it? Yeah, Cage is kind of necessary in the deck. It doesn't need an Evo. It's not evolved or anything, but it is kind of necessary in this deck, in my opinion. Really goated. Alright, we'll Fly Machine. Hopefully it locks Balloon, and it does. Alright, so we might be in a good spot. I can't really tell. Oh, that killed. That's huge. That was a really good Fly Machine, I guess. Nice. Still in the game. Fly Machine can kill that Cage, then we're in even a better spot, but fine. So I can go Bomber here on defense against the Goblin Cage evolution. I definitely want to go Royal Recruits at the river whenever I get the chance, but Bomber, I guess, is the best bet right now. And then we're going to go Royal Recruits because we don't want the Cage Brawler to mess me up too much. The Miner seems like not great on his end. It doesn't do anything, and it's just going to not help his his push. It's going to like go by itself more so. So we're going to go Rare Miner here. He'll probably Fireball if he's got semblance of intelligence. Okay, never mind. He's lost. If he doesn't have Fireball in his deck, then it's understandable. But if he didn't Fireball that, I just don't know what he's doing. That didn't make sense. He should have Fireballed that. I don't really know what that was. So he's going to go in for a Balloon, and we're going to go Goblin Cage, and we're going to go for Fly Machine again, and we're going to probably win this game. Use your code twice today. Thanks, man. By the way, guys, I actually love Brawl Stars. Like, seriously, love Brawl Stars. But yesterday, I had, like, such a bad day from a standpoint of, like, games in general. I don't know if you guys have ever, like, experienced why Clash Royale is undisputably, like, one of the best game designs ever. If you guys have played Brawl Stars, then you understand that the game is like really fun. It's one of the best created games ever, but it's also a team game. So when you're playing these team game events where you're supposed to get like rewards, sometimes you'll get teammates that just like suicide and die on purpose. Like they just don't even care. They literally look at themselves and they're like, I don't want to play this game anymore. And they just like inside the game. Like, I don't even know if it's on purpose or if they're just really like incapable of thinking, but sometimes you'll have someone that will legitimately like, there'll be 3 people and they'll have 1 life left and then they'll just jump into 3 people and lose. Like there's no way, if you think about it, that you will be able to survive into 3 people. It's not possible. Like it's not possible as a brawler into 3 people, especially if there's like an Egger or a high damage thing, right? So we were 5-5 and I needed this last win, this very last win to get 5 wins and 0 losses in the achievement thing so I can unlock more rewards. And my guy on my team that had died 3 times jumped into a pile of 3 people to lose the last life for no reason whatsoever. Like I looked at him, I was playing with a real life friend, and we're just like, why did he do that? And we couldn't come up with a reason. It was just so sad. And then I played a game of TFT. If you guys know what TFT is, Teamfight Tactics is like a game where you collect units and you level them up and you star them. And then the higher the star, the stronger the unit is. So in Teamfight Tactics, if people take the same chess pieces as you or they take the same things as you, then it's going to be harder for you to level up your units and win the game. So I built a combination of things that I had that were great, and then it was 2-way contested. Unfortunately, so that just really sucks, right? Like if other people are stealing the same stuff as you, you're going to get a worse average placement, which was like so sad at the start. I was like, man, I hate how other people's decisions can affect me in video games. Like it's frustrating sometimes because I'm so competitive. And I had this moment where I looked at one of the guy's benches and he actually hit a 3-star while he was 3-way contested. And I was just looking, and it wasn't even a 1 cost. It was like a 2 or 3 cost. And I was like looking at it, I was like, this is unbelievable. This is crazy. And the funniest thing is, like, so once you get something really high up, you want to itemize it so then it can do more damage or be more useful. The guy didn't even itemize it or use it. He just did it for the lulz. Like, he literally just, like, leveled it up for the fun of it or whatever. So I was playing one match after getting inted in a game of Brawl Stars. I got inted in Teamfight Tactics by someone that was, like, not even playing the game seriously or trying. I was like, I mean, understandable. You're allowed to screw around in video games for fun. But man, the thing that made me appreciate Clash Royale so much is the way you win or lose is based off of your own decisions. Sure, you can lose a game because your opponent picks a hard counter to you. Sure, you can lose a game because your opponent outplays you. Sure, you can get unlucky with starting hand, but a lot of these things are influenced by decisions that you make. So if you pick the wrong deck and you get a bad matchup and your opponent hard counters you, you could have picked a more safe deck. Or it won't happen that often. It's not like someone is going to grab your gameplay and place cards all over the map and then cause you to lose. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, I just didn't even understand. Like, I didn't even understand that other games were like this for a while because I've just been playing so much Clash Royale. I love single-player ranked games for that reason. That's why I love StarCraft 2 so much, because you don't get screwed over by bad teammates. Bad randoms is like, it is literally like the worst thing in any game. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. 2v2 will actually be fun because it's one person. You're probably playing with a friend and then it's more chill. But like, the one downside of team-based games is the fact that you can get screwed over by people that don't care or that don't want to try. And then because they don't want to try, like, it ruins the experience. By the way, I'm completely fine with getting bad teammates that just are trying to have fun playing the game. I'm not okay with people screwing over my game that do not, like, I don't know, that don't even try and somehow they're in a ranked lobby. Like, that's the one thing that is frustrating for me if I get that type of experience. Like, how does this happen, you know? What did I do to deserve this? Anyway. We're going to go in for a fly machine here and snipe this. So I just wanted to tell you guys, because, you know, 2v2's out here, make sure you're playing with friends if you ever are competitive at all. Make sure that you join a Discord or, you know, maybe even this community. Our community has a Discord server, discord.gg/SirTag. I'm sure you guys can find some good players there. Or just in general, like, try to find people in the Clash Royale community to play with. Because it'll be a much better experience than playing with randoms. And also appreciate the fact in Clash Royale that you can jump into matches and have fun, fast-paced games, even if you get hard countered. Trust me, it could be worse. It could be completely out of your control. Whereas at least the hard counter, you could have switched your deck, you know? That's the way that I see things now. So I'm like, there's levels to it. Bad randoms in 2v2 Clash sucks. Yeah. I just like, I don't know, like when you play with ranked game modes, when you have a teammate that goes AFK or just like purposely decides to like lose, that's an entirely different level of like, I hate this game type of thing. Like I genuinely do. So Clash Royale is like, oh man, it's like chef's kiss, like the best game, like literally the best thing. I'm so addicted to Clash Royale over other games because of that. Like, I love the cards. I love the mechanics because skill generally triumphs. And I also love the fact that, you know, you can't get screwed by like someone else screwing you over. Such a good feeling, man. If you lose a lot of times, like there's things that you could do better or different. Or like in my instance, when I was playing poorly, I probably shouldn't have played as many of everyone's decks or whatever, or maybe taken a break and then come back. As you guys can see, we're winning every single game and we're climbing back up. Actually, we hit the rank that we wanted to. We already hit the rank that we wanted to, 1600, without any worries. I'll probably play for another, I don't know, 15 minutes, but yeah, you can also scout so you know if the person's contested or not. Yes. So for TFT, I scouted. I scouted and I saw what he was doing. Bro went like Cassidon 3-star with 0 items on it, bro. He had no items. He had full AP, so he had full magic, and he went for attack damage unit carry. It made no sense, bro. He had no itemization. He wasn't even trying to itemize it. He wasn't even trying to. Like, I was scouting and I didn't realize that he was doing this until the very end. I was like, what is this? Like, this is insane. To be fair, I also typically play at pretty high level and I haven't been playing this season or whatever. So like, I think that I'm used to people like actually thinking a little bit more or like not screwing around or carrying a little bit more than they are at like platinum or whatever. So I don't think platinum players really know what they're doing or care. But yeah, I haven't pushed up yet, so that was the main thing. I was like, well, I wasn't like super upset about it. I was more upset about the Brawl Stars thing because it was like, bro, like, there's no way you just jump into 3 people. That was like the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. On the last death too, in the final thing for the ranked thing, so I could get the final reward, and I don't get the final reward because of that guy. It was like, man, imagine someone like inting your 20-win challenge, right? That would be such a bad experience if someone could play on your team in a 20-win challenge and then decide to like go AFK and lose you the game. That's kind of like what happened there, genuinely. All right, we're gonna pop the ability. We're gonna shred the Archer Queen, and we're not gonna do anything else. I think we can rage actually on the left. I think that's probably the best bet because the Ram Rider is gonna do so much. I hope the Goblin Cage probably doesn't die, but probably does, honestly. Oh, wow, we did so well there. Dude, I haven't been thinking this deck is so good. Like, it's actually good. Why is this deck so good? Like, actually, this deck is unreal. It's crazy how good this deck is. I would have never thought that I would find a deck this good. Like, I'm just winning every game, and it's not even close. To be fair, I'm really good with Royal Hogs, Royal Recruits, and I'm probably better than the people I'm playing against because my rank is generally a lot higher than, you know, whatever the heck we are at right now. But at the same time, like, I am commentating, talking to you guys, screwing around, not even focusing, and I'm winning every game, so. Again, if Ram Rider gets a nerf, or if Goblinstein gets a nerf, these cards are interchangeable. Run Zappies and run Royal Hogs. Deck is still very good. I like Evolve Bomber a lot, though. And then I would probably run Fireball instead of Rage, because Rage works really well with Ram Rider, but probably not as good with other stuff. Because you can, like, Rage plus Ram Rider shot and kill an Ice Spirit, for instance. It's so weird watching you live because I'm always watching your videos in 2x. Bro, I'll talk in 2x for you, bro. How do I talk this quick? How about I level up my gameplay? How about I just jump into the game immediately? Got you. Light work. Deck is so hard to beat? Yeah. Do you have a streaming schedule? I try to stream or release videos at 1 p.m. At 12 p.m. PST or 3 p.m. Eastern time zone. So 12 p.m. California time or 3 p.m. Eastern time zone. Did they announce the balance changes? I haven't seen them yet. But if there are balance changes, I'll take a look eventually. I would love for him to tornado this, and he does. Not good gameplay on his end. Now he has, like, no daggers. No, I think he might lose, hopefully. Go Bomber off to the side, just so we can take the Executioner shots. I feel really good about our positioning right now. I think I genuinely just win the game. He did not play well, so... Play a stupid game, get a stupid prize is what I always say. This guy definitely did play a stupid game. He did not play well. He went for a NATO and Executioner and spent a bunch of Elixir, so... generally, if you guys ever tilt, just realize, like, if you're playing in a clear mindset, you don't feel compelled to go all in. A lot of times, you feel more in control of the games. But when you're frustrated or upset, you just immediately, aggravatedly, like, drop something at the bridge, trying to get your medals back. There's, like, this human mindset when you lose a game, you want to get that game back and then get back where you would have been if you had won that game. So, like, if I lose a game at 1700, I would want to win immediately and then get back to 1730 because I have this misconception of an opportunity cost. And, like, I'm like, I should be at 1730 right now. I can't believe I lost that. And then you're frustrated going into the next game where maybe the other guy's a little bit more chill, calm, cool, and collected. Yo, pretty, MF, thank you, man. Appreciate you. I didn't know what your name was. I didn't want to say it until I, like, actually saw it. So thank you. Thank you for the support, brother, man. Alright, we should be able to clean this up without any worries. Definitely going to do damage to us, but... I mean, no P.E.K.K.A evolution for the next cycle, so we should be chill. I think we're good. I'm going to drop more recruits on the right side so we can try to go for a 3-crown, possibly. This is one of those moments where we don't want to cycle stuff into this P.E.K.K.A as often, so I'm just going to go for the 3-crown, I think. See how this goes. Could be goated. We shall see, my dudes. Hopefully we can get a good ability. Forcing the Electro Wizard was nice. Oh, no. That was actually insanely good for him. Wow. Evo Zap just clapped me. So, yeah, this would be one of those miss moments where you, like, just don't want to play against this deck. Like, if they've got Executioner and they also end up having Electro Wizard with Evo Zap, this would be a really bad matchup. It's still possibly winnable, like as you guys saw, but if this guy plays with a Brain Cell, he should beat me. It's a really unfortunate matchup. It's winnable, though. Like, if our opponent's just bad, which we're kind of hoping he is. Really hoping he's bad. So, you never know. You never know. You never know. I mean, it seems like he's not playing well, though. I'm going to wait as long as possible, then we're going to go for this. Then we're going to Ram Rider on top of the balloon. I think this is quite good for me, actually. I think that I can go in for this, and then maybe even kill the Executioner, and then try to get extra damage, like, directly into this with the Goblin Stein, possibly, because I do think the Electro Wizard just dies, so, I mean, if we're able to do this, get the Goblin Stein on the tower, I might just beat him, so. Kind of a weird game where the guy just wasn't very good at the game, to be honest. I try to be honest with y'all, like, this guy just played horrendously. With a hard counter. All you need to do is set up a P.E.K.K.A on one side, you know, with an Electro Wizard, just, that's it. But it happens. Some people just aren't good. Alright, we're going to go Goblin Stein, and then we're going to go Ram Rider again, and then he's going to P.E.K.K.A on this, and then he's not going to have Elixir, and the Ram Rider is going to push the P.E.K.K.A, or sorry, it's going to hold the P.E.K.K.A in place really far away, and he's not going to get back to Electro Wizard, so he just lost the game. And even if he does, we have Evil Bomber, so free. That's pretty crazy. That deck is a 100-0 matchup for him. He just needs to, again, like, cycle an Executioner on one side, use his Electro Wizard effectively, and he wins that. But hey, It shows you guys, even against the worst matchups in the game, you can still win. So we'll go to the next one. Guy was unranked, so that's the reason why he lost. There's just a huge difference in skill level. If I'm playing against an unranked player and I'm playing well, yeah, I'm like top 1,000 whenever I try-ish. I mean, I've finished higher, but like top 1,000 now whenever I play. So like, yeah, so it's definitely a big difference. So just realize like you can win those matchups if you're just better. So it's good to like have the right mindset. I would never have won that yesterday. I would have never won that. I would have actually like gotten 3 crown most likely. So just keep that in mind. Like different mindsets allow you to win different games. Like I still tried my hardest. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm okay losing this. Like I'll chalk this up as a bad matchup. If I make a mistake, then I'll chalk it up as a mistake and I'll get better. But I think I made many mistakes in that last game. I think it was just like literally him just using Evolve Zap and playing okay with an Evolve Zap. And that was all it took for him to come back in the game. Which is not fun to match into, like when they make like one okay play. And then it's like, oh, that sucks. But we can rage here. I love daily uploads. I really love what you do in CR in life. Your outlook is refreshing. Great example for all the youngsters. Thank you, man. I mean, I don't necessarily have the best mindset all the time. Like if you watch my last live stream, I think I got super tilted. But it's always humbling and refreshing to have those experiences because then it gives you an appreciation for things. For instance, like when you're sick, you get a cold and your nose is running and you feel awful, right? You feel real run down. When you recover from that, you feel a lot better. Like your nose is clear. You can actually breathe air well. You gain an appreciation for life that you probably didn't have. And then as soon as you are feeling healthy for a long time, you might kind of forget what it feels like to be sick. But yeah, for me, like I always really appreciate life more when I experience the lows in any capacity. That's why if you've ever went through hardships and stuff in real life, like not game, like losing a game or something, like an actual hardship, you kind of are like training your brain. It's like mental push-ups. Each time you go through something, the mental push-up makes you stronger. Like you're training your brain in a different way. So at least that's the way that I looked at it. I went through like a breakup and then I had, I had some like close family problems and then had some other stuff like a year or two ago. And I was talking to one of my friends that went through a lot and he's like, yeah, it's like a mental push-up. Like, you know, you're training your brain with each thing that you get through. So that's one thing that I like really took to heart and it helped me a lot. So yeah, if you guys are ever going through things, like realize that maybe this will help you, maybe it won't. You're basically training your brain to become stronger and deal with more in the future. Hopefully you won't have to deal with things in the future that are bad, but you'll be better equipped to deal with more problems in the future when they arise. Because life does throw unpredictable stuff at you sometimes. For real. Yeah, sometimes that life just does that. Life does life things. We're gonna go recruits here. We're gonna go in for a goblin cage. See what we can do. Yeah, because like genuinely, when I first started doing YouTube and stuff, I don't think I ever had anything like go wrong in my life ever. So like if my computer would break or something, I think I would like baby rage, like be so salty and like not know what to do. I think my life like would be ruined unironically if my computer broke. Like if my computer shut down or something, I think my life like actually would be like miserable. I wish I was joking, but that was the case like in 2018, 2017. Bro, even if I lost a game in Clash Royale, I was miserable. Like my life was spiraling. it was ogre. Like I don't know. So I've definitely come a long way since then. This too shall pass. Yeah, 100%. I have goal finishes. I stopped playing after 2 or 3 losses. 100%. If you lose 2 or 3 games in a row, always take breaks. It's a lot easier to bounce back when you like, you know how you have limits in stocks, right? If you ever trade stocks or if you've ever traded stocks, a lot of times people will have limits on how much they can lose. So then they don't end up having unlimited downside, right? So like you'll sell the stock if it reaches a certain low a lot of times. So just think of it from that capacity. Like you minimize risk, you minimize losses. Generally something that's pretty good. All right, we're gonna go bomber here, and we're probably in a pretty good spot to win this game. Not gonna lie, just keep going for recruits in the back, and then spam the side that's weak. Try to snipe things with fly machine in the middle. Arrows if he drops any bait card. If we can kill the cannon card, that would be obviously ideal, but not terrible if it doesn't happen the way we wanted. All right, we're gonna go cage here. We're gonna go for a ram rider and then arrows, and then I think we win the game because he just uses mortar, so it's not like he has a good distraction to this. We shouldn't have that many distractions to this. Yeah, GG. I also had Evo Bomber. I was just waiting for the Ram Rider to die, and then I was going to drop an Evo Bomber on the guard. GG. Sir Stonks. Sir index investing. Sir index investing. That's what I do, man. All right, so we'll play one more game to 1700, and then I think we'll end the day with all wins. There's always a vibe, you know? What a good deck. In the P.E.K.K.A-infested meta, this deck destroys. So, P.E.K.K.A's everywhere, and this deck slaps it. Speaking of assets, a certain popular coin has hit an all-time high. Bro, you guys, I invested a little bit in Bitcoin and then also Ethereum and stuff like that a long, long time ago when they first came out, and I never touched it since. Long, long time ago. I just heard a whole bunch of people saying, like, you should invest, like, 1% of your net worth in it or whatever. I was like, okay, I'll throw a few $100s in there or something like that. I don't remember what I did. I don't remember how much money I put in, but it went up a lot. So I'm not looking at it. I'm not touching it. We'll see what happens in the future. Can I 1v1 you? Maybe in the future. I definitely do have live streams where if you beat me, you then become eligible to get a free pass Royale. So if you guys subscribe to my channel, there are live streams that I do where I play your guys' decks. And also on top of that, I give feedback on how to improve your deck or say if it's good or not. I did that last stream. That's how I tilted. And we won every game afterwards today, which is kind of what I expected, but glad it happened. But yeah, I was actually losing a lot of games. I was losing so many games. But anyway, I do live streams where I play your guys' decks. Oh, that rage timing. Chef's kiss again. That was sick. That was so scrumptious. I hit all the skeletons. Basically, I play your guys' decks and I review them, or I play against you, and if you beat me, you get pass Royale for free. You must be a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire from that perspective, bro. Not even close. I think, like, when you only invest a little bit in Bitcoin or Ethereum, like, sure, it went up, like, a lot. You just don't make that much. Like, if it compounds and it goes more and more, then sure. But definitely not at that degree yet, bro, with that. So you kind of, like, Bitcoin and those things, like, they definitely can make you rich if you've invested a lot, but I didn't degenerately invest thousands of dollars because I just didn't know where it was going to go, man. I don't have the mental ability to and bandwidth to invest thousands of dollars in something that I'm not comfortable in, you know? Just not who I am as a person. My risk tolerance is very, very low, if you know anything about me. All right. Coolest looking Evo? Coolest looking Evo? Not sure. Shout out the editors for cooking up quality content. Yeah. The content, like, that we get from the editors is always good. I spend a ton of time with them to make sure it's as good as it can be. Are you low enough trophies to beat everyone, or are you still sweating your balls off the stream? I've won every single game. I haven't lost a game yet. I might lose this one, but I've won like 8 games or 7 games in a row. Yesterday was brutal, man. I literally lost every game because I just wasn't... I hadn't eaten, and I decided to eat my brain cells, bro. That's what happened. That is the only explanation. It was pretty bad, bro. If you know, you know. If you guys are there, you know what happened. It was tragic, to say the least. It was funny, though. It definitely was funny. I'll give you guys that. You got to give me that, too. It was pretty funny. All right, where pop the ability, does it still do extra damage on the 3 crown? It looks like it might. This guy's dead. He's just going to lose the recruits. He's going to get 3 crown. GG. Nice. We won every single game on the stream today. That's what we like to see. Woo! Cool tie. I actually, I'll show you, man. I'll show you, bro. I'll show you. For anyone that just tuned in, we started on the bottom here 43 minutes ago. All right, we won't count this one, but we could. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins in a row. That's what I love to see. So when I lock in and I play at lower ranks, I'm obviously going to win. Okay, guys? We know that. It is concluded today. We're at a point where I can start to record YouTube videos, so I'm psyched for that. I'll probably do a live stream shortly where I play 2v2 with one of my good friends or someone else that's like someone that's a top YouTuber. We'll figure it out. I'll do something like that later tonight. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to see what I think is the best Evolved Musketeer deck, because it's definitely going to get a buff, check out the pinned comment. I have the best Evolved Musketeer deck already uploaded and showcased. You guys can practice it and learn it for the new buff and just dominate everyone. So check it out. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. It'll get you better at the game too, because that deck is high skill. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for daily quality content. And I'll see you guys again very shortly. Peace. Love you guys. and take care. Oh, wait, there was actually a dono that I forgot to say thank you to. Sorry about that. Austin Richardson says, I love the daily uploads. You say what you love it, what you do in CR in life, and your outlook is refreshing. I think I did read that, but I just want to say thank you. Danny Russo, thank you for the $2 dono, says all love. And Pretty, thank you for the $1. I sometimes I'm just a bad streamer and I forget that stuff. I do love you guys, and you guys just being here and supporting me and watching means more than anything else. And adding extra money on top of that to support the content, and all the money gets invested back in the channel, it goes the distance. So thank you guys for all that too. Peace. Have you ever been to a casino? I have not. I actually have been to casinos, but I've never gambled. Never gambled in my life. Whether it was at Finland or with my dad, I've never touched a gambling machine, or I've never gambled. I've never bet money on anything. Not even sports betting. I haven't even done that, bro. That's how risk averse I am. I can't even do it with $5 because I know the odds are stacked against me. Oh man, now you guys know. Now you guys know how degenerate I am. I'm the least risky person that you'll ever meet. Anyway, I'll see you.